Welcome to a special episode of Living in New Hampshire with Corina and Freddie.
Today's episode, haunted places in the Lakes Region, coming up. My name is Corina Cisneros, Associate Broker, and this is my son, Freddie, Realtor and Managing Partner of the Cisneros Realty Group, powered by eXp Realty.
Welcome to our channel, everyone. We cover the beautiful New Hampshire Lakes Region and mountains surrounding Lake Winnipesaukee.
We are Lakes Region experts with a proven track record of success. We have represented over 600 families transitioning homes over the last 7 years, soon to be 8.
Whether you're looking to sell in the Lakes region or looking to buy that perfect lake home or condominium, look no further. Corina and I are ready to advise, counsel, and assist you.
On this channel, we'll show you everything there is to know about the Lakes region by boat, plane, or any other means of transportation.
Yes, and please be sure to hit the subscribe button below so you won't miss any of our future videos on Tuesdays and Fridays.
But before we start, a special mention to our sponsors, Dana Gunnarsson of the McCann Allstate Insurance Group, Robin Shargo of the Market Street Settlement Group, and the very only and the only Keith Murray of Supreme Lending.
Yes.
And now, Freddie, are you scared? We are going to review haunted places in the Lakes region.
So as many of you know, New Hampshire is one of the original 13 colonies, and it was founded in the year 1629. The land in the New World was granted to Captain John Mason, who named the settlement after his homeland in Hampshire County, England.
That's right. Many Americans have an extreme suspicion of the number 13 called, let me see if I get this right, called triskaidekaphobia. Did I get that right?
I think you did.
One more time. Triskaidekaphobia. So
Yes.
if you're afraid of the 13, you're suffering from triskaidekaphobia.
Or Friday the 13th.
Or any floor of the 13 or a building. Many hotels, as you know, eliminate the 13th floor. If 13 is a superstitious number, does that mean that the 13 original colonies are prone to paranormal activities?
Or we're gonna find out.
That's right, okay.
So whereas New Hampshire dates back hundreds of years, it is no surprise that visitors, tourists, and residents claim to have seen or experienced paranormal activity in the Granite State.
So whether you are visiting New Hampshire to appreciate all its beauty in the fall or want to visit haunted places in New Hampshire's history, the Granite State won't let you down.
Absolutely. And New Hampshire has some of the oldest standing buildings and historical sites in America, and some of the locations have been featured on popular television shows such as Ghost Hunters.
That's right.
Yes.
There are numerous claims of paranormal activity in New Hampshire, and in celebration of the upcoming Halloween holiday, Freddie and I would like to count down the top 10 haunted places in the Lakes region. Freddie, I'm scared. But first, I'd like to share a few ghostly encounters from other areas of the Granite State. You go first, Fred.
Yeah. So one of the most famous ghost stories in New Hampshire, Corina, is the famous story of Ocean-born Mary. So the story goes that the Portsmouth building, which was built in the 19th century for orphan children, there was a little girl named Mary who apparently hanged herself in her bedroom, and she haunts the building to this day. Her apparition is spotted, she runs towards her bedroom and then disappears.
Well, that's right, Freddie. I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to be there.
All right, I got another one.
Yes.
Okay. Bretton Woods is the most famous haunted town mainly because It is the home of the Mount Washington Hotel. Many paranormal activities occur in the hotel. A female apparition appears, believed to be the ghost of Caroline Stickney, the wife of the original owner of the hotel. She resided in the room 314, and guests have reported seeing her float in thin air near her bed. Wow. Okay, but
yes.
The creepiest one is...
Yes, there's a place in New Hampshire that is an abandoned logging town located in Livermore Village in Grafton County. And it was built in the early 1900s. But in 1946, it was abandoned, and the remnants of the buildings are one of the creepiest places in the state.
And lastly,
yes,
the most notorious cemetery in the state is Gibson Cemetery, located in Nashua. Thank God, far away from here. It originally was a family burial ground, and legend says the small farmhouse burned down, killing everyone inside. Today, visitors see bright lights and hear voices in the cemetery when no one is there. And motorists driving on the road have reported seeing the ghost of a colonial woman known as Betty Gibson. Okay. All right. So, the Lakes region, Freddie.
So the Lakes region is known for its natural beauty of its mountains and lakes, and consists of the following 23 towns.
In alphabetical order.
Yes. Alexandria,
Alton,
Ashland,
Belmont,
Bridgewater,
Bristol,
Santa Harbor,
Effingham,
Freedom,
Guilford,
Hebron,
Holderness,
Laconia,
Meredith,
Multnomoro,
New Hampton,
Ossipee,
Sambronton,
Sandwich,
Tilton,
Tuftonboro,
Wakefield,
and Wolfboro.
Whoa! Out of the above 23 towns, 8 towns have the most paranormal sightings, and they are
Alton,
Guilford,
Laconia and Weir's Beach,
Meredith,
Ossipee,
Sambronton,
Tilton,
and Wolfboro.
Yes.
Okay.
So this will be a countdown of the 10 scariest or haunted places in the Lakes region.
The 10th scariest haunted place in the Lakes region is actually a Mexican restaurant in Guilford, haunted by a female voice. Did you know that?
I did not know
I did not know that either. Number 10, Nothing Fancy Mexican Bar and Grill in Guilford.
Ooh.
Now, you know something, Freddie? This is so scary because I don't even know where that is. Do you?
No.
Ooh, locals claim the place is haunted by a woman's voice, which can be heard in the kitchen and the dining room areas. Locked doors mysteriously unlock and open on their own.
Yeah.
A human figure apparition has been seen here on the second floor hallway. Freddie, what could it be?
So, I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
that sounds sketchy.
All right, what's the 9th, Freddie?
So the 9th...
Wait, Freddie, are you scared?
A little bit.
Are you?
I mean, when we
shake
get
a little
down,
bit.
but we gotta get down lower in the
Shake
list.
a little
I can't
bit.
Be, if I'm shaking on the 9th, you know.
Okay.
Gotta get lower.
Okay.
So the 9th scariest place in the Lakes region is an operating resort with a lot of paranormal activity reported. It's the Steel Hill Resort in Sambronton, New Hampshire.
Wow.
Yes. And the resort was finished in 1941.
Yeah.
And there's apparently a man that can be seen in the halls and offices of the corporate office of the hotel.
You mean like an apparition?
Yes. And doors and windows open, television and radios turn on and off, showers turn on and off on their own, and apparition of the man whistles as he walks.
How does he whistle? Do you know?
I don't even know how to whistle, so I don't know. Housekeeping staff and guests have reported similar strange occurrences.
Yeah. Well, I've been up to Steel Hill.
Yeah.
Thank God I haven't bumped into any of that.
Yes.
But, you know, if I'm staying there overnight. All right.
Yeah.
The 8th scariest haunted place in the Lakes region is the Inn, still in operation, that used to be part of the Underground Railroad. Jeez, my God.
The Nutmeg Inn.
In Meredith, New Hampshire, the Nutmeg Inn. The inn was built in 1763, haunted by a ghost the staff called Charlie. The inn is believed to be part of the Underground Railroad. Witnesses experience cold spots and apparitions in the inn. Charlie the ghost appears to be friendly and helpful. Unexplained paranormal activities include
The new owners wanted to install electrical outlets in the teaberry room, but instead closed off the room for the winter season when the cost was too expensive. When they reopened the room in the spring, the outlet had been installed, but the electricians denied installing it.
Yeah, right. They probably did it.
It was believed that Charlie, somehow responsible for the new outlets, as well as assisting with installing the paneling in the entryway, flowers that never bloomed mysteriously bloomed the day that the new owners purchased the inn. And another one is that the new owner's daughter felt a strange presence in a room when playing a musical instrument. She did not feel welcome in room number 4.
You know, I think this is not that scary, Freddie.
I mean, the cold spots could be they left the window open.
It just sounds like, you know, I mean, somebody maybe snuck in there, they installed the electrical outlets, and they made up the story. What do you think?
I mean, who knows?
All right.
I don't think there are people sneaking in and installing outlets.
Right. The 7th scariest haunted place in the Lakes region is another inn that is no longer open to the public. That tucked me in.
Like tuck me in?
Yeah, tuck me in. Like, let me tuck you in, Freddie.
Okay, a 7-room guest Colonial Inn built in the 1850s.
The inn is no longer open to the public. Guests have heard disembodied voices and footsteps at night. Now, Freddie, what is a disembodied voice? I don't know.
I don't know.
Can you Google it?
We'll do that later, yes.
Okay. Doors open and close by themselves.
Yes, and there's a piano in the main lobby that it's known to be playing by itself, but there's not one of those fancy, like, self-playing pianos.
And there's no piano player, obviously.
Yes.
A man, assumed to be the former owner, haunts the inn. A child also makes noises in the inn. Ghostly footsteps can be heard pacing the hallways. Freddie!
So the 6th on the list, a haunted place in the Lakes region, is a town hall that's still in operation. Guess which one?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. Alton!
Yes, the Alton Town Hall was built in 1813, and there we go with the 13. And a variety of paranormal activity has been reported in the building.
Visitors and staff have experienced numerous strange occurrences.
Yes.
Furniture moves on its own. Yes. Mysterious voices can be heard.
Well, I mean, if it's moving though on its own and it's where you want it, you know, that's a bonus, right?
Well, if you can tell the ghost, hi, happy ghost.
Can you rearrange?
Can you rearrange the furniture for me? Okay, I'll be your friend.
Okay, maybe Charlie.
Charlie. Maybe they know each other.
Okay.
Charlie from Wolfboro and, you know.
The Alton guy.
Heavy footsteps can be heard when no one is there. Doors open on their own. And again, disembodied voices. What the hell is a disembodied voice, Fred? I mean, what's the difference between a voice?
Well, it's just disembodied. It's a voice but disembodied.
Does that mean like no head or no body?
No, I think it just means that it's like it's disembodied.
Okay, we're gonna find out, right? Yeah. Before the end of the show, we're gonna Google it, okay?
Yes.
All right. The 5th one, Freddie, what you got?
So the Colonial Theatre in Laconia.
The Colonial Theatre in the Lakes region in Laconia.
Yeah. This time built in 1914.
But it's recently renovated.
Yes, it is. And they probably...
Maybe it was finished in 1914, but maybe they started in 1913.
Yes, Charlie from Wolfboro.
Another Charlie?
No, I think Charlie from Wolfboro was helping the renovation.
Oh, okay.
I think he installed did all the electrical.
Oh, look, we did a video on Laconia on this before, and I thought the renovation was $8 million, but it's actually 14.4 million. So
14.4.
If you're in Laconia, you gotta come see or do something or go see something at the Colonial Theatre, because you'd want to know what a $14 million renovation looks like, and if you're lucky, you will meet some kind of ghost, right?
Well, we'll see. Maybe Charlie's there finishing up
so visitors,
the paneling.
Visitors and staff have long reported strange sounds. There's always strange sounds in theaters, of course. Yes. Footsteps,
doors open and closing their own.
Lights go on and off, doors open, whatever. A man figure has been seen in the theater. Why does it always have to be a man? Actually, that's not true. Sometimes it's a woman.
So yeah, Betty Gibson. So
Betty Gibson.
Staff has been reported running around the building on several occasions and have reported hearing voices from different areas of the building.
I guess if you're in there and you hear that, or you see that, or you experience that, of course you're gonna get chills.
Yeah.
I'm not too scared here.
I mean, that's
right now, but
yeah, but if I drop you off there at night.
No, Freddie.
So the fourth scariest or sketchiest place on the list is a haunted place in the Lakes region. It was a hotel built in the 1880s where an apparition of a hanged man can be seen during full moon.
Oh my God, Freddie. So it's actually the Winnipesaukee Marketplace in Weir's Beach, okay? The Marketplace building was built in 1880. It was originally known as the Lakeside House, then later the Lakeside Hotel, until becoming the Winnipesaukee Marketplace in 1986. Since it was built in 1880, the marketplace has been said to be haunted. Visitors reported feeling cold spots. Well, Freddie, it's not that odd to feel cold spots in New Hampshire.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say there's always like drafting in like the window.
Yeah, strong feeling of not being alone. That's not that unusual. I mean, visitors also feel the presence of someone or something unseen or in the building. Come on, that's not that serious, Freddie.
It's not. So objects have been moved and thrown around.
Well,
by
that's
themselves.
interesting.
That's sketchy.
That's
the lights turn on and off
and
without anybody in the building, and that's kind of creepy. But that could be Charlie and his faulty electrical installation.
And others have seen a female.
I think ghosts are very energy efficient. They want
Yeah, they want to
green energy.
They like on and off lights, right? Because they're energy.
You can get Alexa for the ghosts.
Yeah. So they've seen a female assumed to be a former owner.
Yes.
Who appears and talks to visitors. So anyway, that's pretty scary, and it's really nearby where we are. Freddie, so the third scariest haunted place in the Lakes region is actually the Tilton Inn in Tilton.
Isn't that the one on Ghost Hunters, the TV show?
I'm afraid so.
Yes.
So look it up.
So
it was built in 1875.
Yes.
Yeah, these buildings are old.
Yes, and it's thought to be one of the most haunted hotels in New Hampshire. And there were 3 major fires.
There have been 3 major fires on the property.
Yes, and a 12-year-old girl died.
Oh, Freddie. The resident ghost name is Laura.
Yes, and multiple guests have seen an apparition of a young girl in various rooms on the hallways of the inn.
Freddie.
Well,
poor girl. All right, we're down to the last 2.
So the second scariest haunted place in the Lakes region is in Ossipee Lake.
And it had to do with a famous sensational murder trial of Mr. Frederick Small.
Yes.
Where he was accused of and sentenced to hang for the murder of his wife, Florence.
Yes, so the story goes that a woman's body was found, which happens to be Florence, the wife of Frederick Small. It was after a fire at a small cottage on the lake, and there were trials for the murder where Frederick was sentenced to be hung for killing his wife. And the reports have always circulated that the house or the cottage is haunted, or whatever the remains were haunted.
Geez, Florence's preserved head in 1916 was pointed towards her husband?
Yes.
What?
Yes, and Frederick Small was convicted and hanged in 1918. The Smalls lived in a cottage on Ossipee Lake, and Frederick was away at the time where the home caught fire and his wife died.
That's weird, Freddie.
It is.
So Florence has been shot. What? Florence had been shot in the head?
Yes, and beaten to a pulp and then strangled with clothesline. It was found out that her death was not an accident, but a homicide.
Really?
Yes, and the victim's head was found in the basement and was on display for 4 days during the murder trial. Florence remained an unmarked grave for 90 years until the Ossipee Historical Society raised the money to build her a headstone. Okay, for the last one, I'm actually going to go ahead and put my hood on.
You have a hood? Okay. The most haunted place in the Lakes region is a castle in Guilford, which originally had 4 dragon gargoyles. So what? Kimball Castle. Oh my God.
Kimball Castle, which is a mile and a half from where we're shooting here in Guilford. It is actually on the National Register of Historic Places since 1982, and it's said to be extremely haunted. So,
originally, it was a 300-acre property, a 2.5-story medieval-style castle Now it's privately owned. The last known heir, Charlotte Kimball, died in 1960 and donated the land to the Mary Mitchell Humane Foundation for Wildlife Preserve and Sanctuary. The castle was vandalized and the funds went missing. Ooh. Vandals stole all the rare tapestries, handcrafted furniture, and expensive paintings. The gates were removed, a fireplace mantle was stolen, oak banisters were removed, and all 4 dragon gargoyles were taken.
Guilford took over as trustees of the castle in 1981. The town created the Kimball Conservation Committee to oversee the remaining 280 acres as conservation land. So, unexplained loud noises can be heard inside. Lights turn on in vacant rooms. Antique clocks suddenly start working. Past visitors' complaints of uneasy feeling when visiting the castle. Spirits in the castles are apparently not friendly. Witnesses report seeing a ghost in the kitchen of a carriage house. People complain of strange presences and weird feelings and cold spots. The doors lock and unlock by themselves. It's really sketchy.
You know,
I think I would want to go hang out with Charlie.
Well, let me tell you something.
Learn some electrical.
When the Kimball Castle was for sale about 3 years ago, I actually had a client and I went to show it to them. Now we couldn't get in the castle because it had a fence that said no trespassing danger because the house is in disrepair. It was quite interesting. But I still think, Freddie, that the story of Frederick Small is much more terrifying than this castle.
I mean, I think I would go hang out with Charlie, learn some electrical.
Yeah.
Charlie is not licensed, probably. So
you know,
I wouldn't take his word.
I'm gonna look up the Frederick Small situation, see if they still have.
Yeah, we may do an update on the Frederick Small.
Yeah, let's do that.
Situation.
All right, everybody, it's time to wrap it up.
Yes, I hope you were not too scared.
I was.
So if you're planning to buy or sell in the Lakes region, we are New Hampshire Realtors, ready to help you with all your real estate needs.
That's right. And my name is Corina Cisneros, Associate Broker, and this is Freddie, my son, Realtor and Managing Partner of the Cisneros Realty Group, powered by eXp Realty.
Yes, and please be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons below so you won't miss any of our future videos on Tuesdays and Fridays.
Our website is nhlakeshomes.com.
Yes.
You can also Google me, Corina Cisneros, or look me up on Zillow, where we have over 170 5-star reviews.
Yes. We live here, we work here, and we know real estate in the Lakes region.
So come to New Hampshire. It's the perfect location to live, retire, and vacation.
Yes, in New Hampshire, there is something for everyone.
And remember, mi casa, nuestra casa is su casa. Until next time, Freddie, play your song.
No, I don't have a song. It's Corina's song.
Play my song.